Hey there. Happy Drinking with the Doctor Day. I can't say Happy Friday, even though it's Friday.
Why?
Because I say Happy Friday on my Happy Friday video, which is on my Cabana Man channel, which basically says the same thing as this, just kind of, ragging on stuff.
Nobody watches anyway, so
I know. Hey, he watches. Anyhow, we had a fun one today because of an inspection report.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Now, in their defense, I will say a home inspector, he's got a lot of things to be looking at.
Yep.
A lot of things to check out. And usually a home inspector takes a look at a roof and says, yeah, kind of saw this, kind of saw that. You got to get a roofer out here and have him take a look. I understand. But every now and then, you might get some... One moment. Okay, we're back. That was Natural Light, Skylight Company.
Free plug.
Yeah, they're great because
They are great.
we call them up and we say, hey, I got this measurement, that measurement. What can you do for me? And they send me the price. Prices are changing these days.
I've been working with him since the very beginning.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
Jacob, who I was talking to, before he was there.
Yeah.
I don't think he was even born yet. No, he's in his 20s,
Yeah.
maybe 30s. I
Good
don't know. He's a
company.
young guy.
Yeah.
Good company, yeah. So what were we talking about? We were talking about home inspectors who are looking generally at things, but today we had one that, of course, created some panic to the buyer because he said, oh, yeah, this valley was not sealed with caulking. It's got a metal valley, and he wants it sealed. And
You
that's-
don't do that, for
No.
the record.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. So where we're going with this is just because...
We're not ragging, mind
No.
you. No.
No, I'll tell you from my personal experience, because I deal with inspection reports almost every day.
Yeah.
And a homeowner will say, they'll give a home inspector so much credibility because he's a home inspector. It's inspectors in his title. I'm just a roofer. What do I know? I'm a dumb roofer. Well,
We are kind of stupid,
I know, that's how we look and talk and present ourselves, but... and there's many times that we've had to, step up and kind of contradict exactly what he's saying, but... we've been doing this for decades. We know how to do our job, along with siders and other contractors. And a home inspector will often
Plumbers.
Yeah. A home inspector will often
Electricians.
contradict what we're saying, and we're actually the professionals. This is our one thing, the only thing we're really good at, really. That's my wife.
That's not what my wife says.
I personally believe that a home inspector is given a little more credibility than they're due. I think they're there to point out some. No, not all home inspectors. I've just seen a lot of weird things that they've said.
Yeah, that's
that just
true. That's
doesn't hold water. I'll say that. So if you're talking to your home inspector and he's telling you this, that, and this, so you get a contractor that comes out and to address this problem, and if the contractor says, hey, I've been doing this for decades. I'm a journeyman. I'm a master at my craft, and what he said it has a ring of truth to it, but I'm going to address it in this way, or actually what he said is nonsense. You'll hear that. I would trust the guy who's been doing that singular job for decades rather than a home inspector who got his degree online for 15.
Wow,
It's the truth.
I know.
I'm telling you the truth. I got an online degree. Where we earn our trade out in the field, years and years of struggling and figuring it out and doing
Well,
it.
and also seeing what causes leaks all the time.
Yeah,
And one of them is caulking valleys.
and I love when they say on the inspection report, please contact a licensed professional.
Yeah.
I like when they say that, because that means I don't really know what to say, or I'm not gonna. You better have a pro look at
Well-
this. I like when they say that.
And here's what I do. I always love to read the report so I can see, okay, this is what jumped out at him or
Yeah.
her. And so obviously this is what's panicking the buyer or the seller. And so I'm going to take a look at those so that I can either say, okay, here's what needs to be done to be fixed, or no, this is not a problem because A, B, C. But the other thing I'll do is obviously look at everything else while I'm there And I always kind of I actually like to climb on the roof and look first, and then see the report.
Yeah.
And see, so did I miss something? And usually I spot something that they miss.
Yeah,
usually.
more often than not, we spot something.
Because
that
they're not
miss.
always on the roof. There's some guys. Oh man, I've been on some steep roofs where I was surprised the inspector was up there taking pictures. It wasn't from a drone because I saw his feet.
Wow.
And it's like, wow, this is like a 10-12 pitch.
Doing
or
his
some-
job, though. That's how it should be. And if, another thing, if on your home inspection report it said viewed from street with binoculars, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
You cannot view and inspect anything with binoculars. I've seen that on a few reports, and it's like taking your car in because it's making a funny sound, and somebody stands 100 feet away with binoculars and says, well, this is what I think the problem is. You just can't do that. You can't do that. That's a red flag
That's
for me.
kind of like during COVID when they said, "Here, we're gonna do your physical with the doctor online." I'm sorry, no. I want you poking and prodding me. I want you taking my blood pressure. I want you doing all this. Don't get me started.
Anyway.
Okay. So what can we? So what we're walking away with?
At the end of the day, I would. It depends on the contractor that you have at the job. Simply ask them, hey, how long have you been doing this? I love telling people how long I've been doing this because I've been doing it a long time. It'll give that person a little credibility.
Right.
If a guy comes out, oh, I've been doing it for a few years, okay, you know. But if he tells you he's a journeyman or a master at his craft and been doing it for a decade or 20 years, I would listen to that man first and foremost.
Okay.
Over the home inspector.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Just advice.
And so, in other words, it's just like with the medical thing. It's always good to get a second opinion.
Sure.
Always good.
But they do. They're good. They have their purpose. They do.
Of course. Yeah. All right.
For us
That's
to make
it.
videos about them.
Happy drinking with the doctor day.
Yeah.
Cheers.